Welcome back to another Buckmasters Basic segment. Back here with our buddy Brandon Self with Whitetail Institute. General questions that that we've got is what part do minerals play in a deer's diet? I mean, we're always looking for ways to be able to supplement. We've talked about some different things with food plots and different things like that we can do. But we're always looking for ways to help the deer herd out. How do we have bigger antlers at the end of the day? So I think maybe we take it from the top here. Is what role do minerals play in a deer's diet, and why would we even put minerals out?
Minerals are critical in the health of a deer, and especially in spring, coming out of rough winters. You want to replenish those nutrients that they've used throughout those harsh winters and through the rut. And so it's really critical coming out of deep winter into the spring to start feeding your mineral program. I do highly suggest everybody that feeds a mineral program, make sure to check your local game laws and make sure it's legal in your area. That's number one critical part, because some places,
absolutely.
it's not. And we don't ever want anybody doing that. But, it's so critical for not only antler development, which is what everybody wants, bigger antlers, but it's critical for healthier does, and in turn you're going to get healthier fawns. Does can produce more milk when their nutrient levels are high enough, and so it's very critical to feed it coming in the spring. But it's also critical into the fall and the winter. You're going to have different minerals suited for those different times of year, but you also have general all-purpose minerals that you can feed all year too.
Okay, so there are certain minerals, and a deer does need different things throughout the year. So we may want to look at, can we put different minerals in the same mineral site, or?
Sure. Yeah, and a lot of times when people establish a mineral lick, they're going to keep using that mineral lick. One, because the deer are used to it, and if they're already actively using it, you don't want to change. But yeah, we carry general all-purpose minerals that you can feed all year long. But there's also mineral blends that are suited for different times of year. Sure.
Okay, so now that we've established the fact that we know minerals are extremely important in the deer's diet, and they help along the way, how do we go about selecting a location to put minerals at? I mean, is it better, in a lowland area? Is it better on top of a hill? I mean, does it soil type change things as far as the selection? I mean, where do we put minerals at once we establish that we're going to put minerals and start a mineral site?
What we found through years of testing different mineral locations and setting up sites in different areas, we usually find a trail that they're actively using. They're always going to they like to do the same things over and over. So we find a trail they're using. We usually go about 10 yards off of that trail just to keep it off the main trail and set up our location there. And the way we do it is, just dig up a spot. We recommend about 2-foot circle, dig it out, and pour your mineral in there, mix some dirt in with the mineral, and then pour some mineral on top of it. And we found that that's the best to get the maximum use out of a mineral site location.
So once we put it out, how long does it typically take for it to start working, and when do we know we need to come put more back out there?
I think that's the biggest question we get with mineral sites is, when do I know to put more? And I think that's a great question. And what we suggest is when you don't see any visible mineral left in that location, then we'll add some more. We sell mineral in a 20-pound bag, and I usually put a 20-pound bag in a location just because it's easy to carry in. I can put it all there. I don't have to carry anything out. You can split it and make 2 different 10-pound site locations. And a lot of it depends on your deer density, how many deer you have using the active site. But when there's no visible mineral left, I always go, and I recommend going and add some more mineral. Water. If water gets in the spot, it doesn't hurt anything. It'll soak into the ground. They'll eat the dirt with the mineral in it. So, you don't have to add water to it or anything, but, water's not going to hurt. There are different mineral blends on the market that have grain in them, and you don't want to put those minerals in lower locations where they're going to hold water, because they can mold or something like that if they have grain in them. But as a general rule, just find a spot, like I say, 10 yards off a trail and set up a site and put it on the stump if you want to. A lot of people do that.
Okay.
Deer love it anywhere you put it.
Okay. So I mean, they're going to seek it out. Is what you're saying. They need it that bad. They're going to go find it. We don't have to put it where they're going to trip over it. Okay. Well, I think that's the important part of it. We established it. That they need it. I use it a lot this time of year. Right now, it's early summer. Our deer here starting to get antlers and all again. I use it a lot for inventory, trying to getting pictures, because I don't have to go out there and put anything else out there. It's already something that they need and they're coming to. So that's been where a lot of my success has come from using minerals. It also gives me the opportunity to go find deer and start getting those inventory and those pictures. But it definitely, it's to me, it's one of the easiest things you can do to actually help the deer herd out. It's a lot easier than going there and planting food plots and doing some of those things. So
Yeah, and a lot of times when food plotting's over, hunting season's over, they're looking for something to do. I mean, I'm the same way. When it's not
Yeah.
deer season, I want to be in the woods. So it's a good thing to start a practice where you could do this all year long. You could get out there, be a part of the area that you're hunting, and be out there and know what's going on, and use your minerals for that.
okay. Well, if you're looking for a way to go out there and help the deer herd overall, and you want to just increase the herd health and do things that'll make everything better across the board, get some good pictures, minerals are a good way to be able to do that, and they're just one simple part of the entire equation.